Hey people. People often ask me what's the difference between a Caribbean culture in terms of discipline as opposed to an American culture as opposed to discipline. Because a lot of people have heard horror stories that people from the West Indies, they raise their child with an iron fist. Well, today we're going to talk about the differences between an American culture and the West Indian culture, right here on Let's Talk About It. So, let's talk about it. Hey people, welcome to another edition of Let's Talk About It. As usual, I'm Short Trini, and as I said from my intro, this video is going to be about the differences between a Caribbean or West Indian upbringing and an American upbringing. As you guys know, that I was born in Trinidad, and I'm one of 6 brothers. Me and the first 5 of us were born in Trinidad. My younger brother, or the youngest brother, was born here in the United States. In the Caribbean, you are held accountable. Parents hold their children accountable for what they do, especially when it comes to education. In a West Indian household, your education comes first and foremost. And if you didn't live up to the expectations that your mother and father set, you were punished for it. It was even worse because my father, for a time, was a teacher. So could you imagine? Yeah, it's funny. Anyhow, in a West Indian Caribbean household, they have different methods of holding you accountable. A good talking to, which in a West Indian household is not a short conversation. It's very long, and it's a very interesting conversation. And if worse comes to worse, you sometimes got a whooping, corporal punishment. And that goes back generation to generation. I'm not going to sit there and go into certain things about that. But I will say this, all of us got a whooping once or twice, even me. And I know this is going to sound funny, but it kind of saved my life. Me being disabled with 5 other, able-bodied brothers, I always tried to outdo them, or always tried to meet their expectation. Before I knew what an expectation was. And I sometimes got my behind whooped, with a belt. And at times I was very, very lazy in class. And I got my behind whooped with a belt. I didn't understand it then, but I sure as heck understand it now. I think I kind of understood it then. Me trying to outdo my brothers and me trying to be lazy and cute because I have a disability, and if my mother didn't whoop my behind, I think I would have been worse. I see a lot of kids today who get away with murder, or what I consider murder. And their parents do nothing. They ground them, they give them time out. My mom didn't believe in that. My parents didn't believe in that. There was a running joke now that we're adults. Mommy beat us for everything and anything. But I look back now at 53 years old, and I say to myself, man, you're lucky. You're very, very lucky. The one drawback is it did shelter me in school, because I always had this little angel on my shoulder or a voice in my head saying, what are you doing? You can't do that. As a matter of fact, I remember when I became an adult, I must have been 30, and my younger brother, who's 5 years younger, came to visit. We were drinking beer outside. I think it was my birthday. And my mom looked out the window and said, actually, before she even looked out the window, we took the beer bottle and put it behind our backs. And she looked out the window, looked at both of us and laughed. And she says, you don't have to hide those bottles anymore. You know, you guys are grown men. You can do what you want to do. My point in the story is that West Indian upbringing stays with you. You know, it makes you disciplined. Sometimes it makes you hesitate because you question that voice in your head, which is usually your mother. No, this a Caribbean mother or something else. But anyhow, that voice in your head that says, you really want to do that? You shouldn't do that. It doesn't look nice. So sometimes that hinders you. I must say, though, that I wouldn't trade it for anything else in the world. Like I said, I look at some of these kids nowadays and I wonder, I ask myself, who raised you? You know, and it's sad because on the surface they look like great kids, but I just wonder what happened. You know, why are their parents letting them run amok? At least to me. But what I want to know is, what do you guys think? What's your opinion? Let me know. By the way, we got a new sponsor. And that sponsor is Melody Child Apparel. Now, I've known Melody for years. She's a very, very good person, very talented person. And she's opened up a clothing line, and you can reach her at Melody on Instagram, Melody Child Apparel. And she doesn't, not only does she does clothes, not only does she have her own clothing line, she's a graphic artist, she's a producer, she's a beat maker. You name it, she does it. And the link to her store will be on the Let's Talk About It channel. So feel free to go there and see what she has to offer. Again, it's on IG. It's at Melody Child Apparel. And again, the link will be in the description. And as usual, guys, please like, share, and subscribe this channel. All right, I couldn't have done this channel without the support of you, okay? And when this channel posts, when this episode posts, I should say, you're gonna notice something different. And I'm so glad, and I have to thank Melody Child for that change. So look out for that change, all right? Until the next episode, like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.